I would just say salmon. But when I hear people say salmon, we don't say the L, but like some people I've heard.
Some people need to not.
Hello! Hi, I'm Christina from the US.
Hi, I'm Ryan from the UK.
And hi, I'm Mia from Australia.
There's a lot of words that we say a little bit different. My accent's a little bit gone, so sometimes it comes out a little bit. I think it comes out with the T sounds I don't say. So important, I say important. It would drive my mom crazy. Push the button.
Oh.
Button.
Yeah, like so bad. My T's are just gone, yeah.
We have that in the UK, I mean, different accents, but like some people say like water instead of water. You would say like the proper pronunciation is water with a T, but then if people say like water, you still know what they're saying, but it also just sounds like you've swallowed half the word.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Same with
right.
our pronunciation of water. It just doesn't even sound like water.
The RL sound is quite difficult for
Squirrel.
people in other countries. It depends on how their language is. It's very difficult for them to like go from the R to L.
That's true.
Because it's like the
Because
same
it's
letter.
kind of like the same sound. So
And the Q is tricky too.
and the Q, so it's really hard. Vanilla is another word that's very difficult.
Yeah.
But like
Oh. That's a tough one.
It's got like the PM.
portfolio.
Yeah.
I had a friend in Boston, and I worked at a Japanese university in Boston. So I heard Japanese like all around me, and I helped students with their studies a little bit. And I think one girl was saying that she was gonna go to a beach. And I think you know where this is going.
Yeah.
And the way she said beach was not like beach. It was the
It was a beach to someone.
So like some words, and now that I'm thinking, like it's so subtle, but like I can hear it, but
I'm
like,
sheet
oh, that's
as well.
really-
Sheet.
And
exactly.
Yeah.
It's like the E, A, it's like so subtle, but it can make a
All the
big
difference.
difference. So it's difficult. So the first word is world. Yeah, I think this is a little difficult because it has the R and L together. So I think my advice is just to break it down in the middle. World. World. Just kind of break it down and say the R and L.
I don't know why, the more I'm looking at it, I'm like, that's not a real word.
I hate when that happens.
I'm looking at it, I'm like, I don't know, something about that black print, she's a bit sus. I don't know. Yeah, we would say world. Like, I've got a very strong British accent. I don't know, like, maybe some other people would say world, but then I'd say world. Like, it's more, I don't know, there's more emphasis on the O.
Yeah. I would pronounce it world.
I love it.
World.
Chew the vowels.
Yeah, it's like the R's kind of
World.
world. How do you even describe it?
I don't know, but it still looks really wrong, like the more I'm looking at it.
Yeah. I think maybe for like American pronunciation, because you guys say the R, it's maybe a little easier to differentiate the two. Because like for ours, our R kind of gets lost, and so it might be harder to differentiate, like world, word, because there might not be that.
Some people get confused with word and world because of how quickly and slowly some people speak.
Oh, that's true too.
I speak really fast, I feel like, for a British person. My grandfather always told me that. But like, I think now that I speak slower, you could probably understand if I'm saying world as opposed to word, because it kind of cuts off.
Yeah.
But if I was to say it really fast, it'd probably be like,
Harder.
I think look for the length of, and also the context clues. Like,
Sure. Yeah.
what is this world?
Yeah.
Well, is it philosophical? Or, or are you looking at a book?
Right.
I think it sounds like world sounds to me a bit more rounded.
Yeah.
So word, world, right? So
More complete.
Yeah, because it has the R and the L. So world, word.
Word. The second word is pronunciation. It's a very long word. Also the T-I-O-N, the shon, and then depending on what country you come from, the N-U-N, the nun. Because like pronunciation, but then because it's pronunciation, because it's pronunciation. But some people say pronunciation.
I think we say pronunciation.
Yeah.
I've always said pronunciation.
I think my dad would say
Japan.
that as well, but my dad's got a very like
Pronunciation.
Cockney, Peaky Blinders accent.
I guess Australia is more similar to Cockney, so that makes sense.
Because he'd be like, how do you pronounce this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So would you say
think-
pronounce?
I'd say pronunciation, but pronounce.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
Pronunciation.
Pronunciation.
I think it's how influenced by like who was around you as well, because like I mean, if most people like do Australians say pronunciation,
Pronunciation, I'm pretty sure.
then if most
everybody
people
does.
say that, then it's
Yeah.
probably just like one of those common things that like no one really goes against it.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I say pronunciation, but I've definitely heard some people say pronunciation. Pronunciation, I would say.
So the third word is restaurant. I
Yeah.
guess because it's a like borrowed word from French
Yeah.
that we use in English. So I guess like restaurant or like the on would be how you would say it in like French, but like the way we've like Englished it is like restaurant.
Yeah.
Restaurant.
Restaurant. I feel like people do say restaurant.
Would people say the AU? Restaurant?
I would say restaurant, but then I don't know if that's like sounds like it's got a bit of a U in there because you take a break between the rest and the ront. But I feel like people not from the UK say restaurant. Like not even just like Americans or Australians, but like
Yeah.
if people have learned English because their languages have got similar words, they would pronounce it more similarly to how they say it. But I know that I would just say restaurant.
Restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say just restaurant. But if I was learning English and I'm reading that, it looks like restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can understand why people would say restaurant.
Restaurant.
Restaurant. Because if
Yeah.
you're reading it and you're breaking it down, it's like that. But we just kind of say it quickly. We don't really say
Restaurant.
the AU. Yeah, restaurant. I think especially me, I don't say the AU at all. Restaurant. Like
No,
really, I don't say a lot of words when I speak.
Yeah, no, definitely that AU is deleted.
If people say it, we'd understand it.
Then
Like
yeah.
restaurant, you'd be like, I know what you're saying, but usually we smush it
Yeah.
and not say the middle. We just say restaurant.
So the next one is, I would just say salmon. But when I hear people say salmon, it
Oh, please no.
makes me cringe.
It is not salmon.
Oh, that's why English is so tricky, because if I'm reading that,
Salmon.
salmon.
Right.
Yeah, get rid of the L. Salmon.
Salmon.
Yeah.
But then if it's just like S-A-M-O-N, I feel like it wouldn't have the same pronunciation. Or like if I saw it, it would look, I don't know if that...
Simone.
Like yeah, right? Like I don't know, the L gives it the way we say it, if that makes sense. In my head.
We don't say the L, but like some people I've heard.
Some
but-
people need to not.
The word is choir.
Yeah, if I didn't know this word already, I would say like chore. It doesn't
Sitting
make
on the
sense, the
choir.
spelling.
The church choir.
Church choir.
Choir.
Yeah, choir.
Choir. But yeah, it sounds like a Q, right? That's
Yeah,
why it's
'cause-
like,
Yeah.
Like acquire, the end
Choir,
of acquire.
Yeah, choir.
Choir.
We say choir.
it really does not sound like it's spelled.
Definitely not.
Yeah, but I can
Choir.
see why people would say this differently.
It helps when you say the R at the end. Choir. So the next word is ancient.
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 That's another thing where it's like the rules of like C in English.
Yeah, I think if I'm reading it maybe in science, in science or
Yeah.
something like that, maybe if you don't know the word, it would sound a little bit different.
I've heard someone say ancient, but then I've also like, even like really, really well-spoken British people, like my professor at university was really, really well-spoken. And she would say something like ancient.
Oh.
And it was like the way that she says it, like she kind of hit every consonant. She made sure that you knew that that was the word.
It's very ancient.
Ancient.
Ancient. I would say in the US, we do have a little bit more of the eh sound.
Ancient.
Ancient. I think it's the ch that we hit quite hard.
And we say ancient.
The T at the end.
Ancient. Well, we don't say t, but ancient.
Yeah, you're the CH as well. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So the next word is niche. Yeah, maybe some people will say niche,
Yeah.
niche or something,
Sure.
right?
My friends and I's joke sometimes, be like, oh, that's very Nikkei.
Oh, Nikki.
It's kind of funny saying words wrong.
Yeah,
I do that too sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
My major at university was Chinese, so this looks like pinyin for your car.
Yoga.
No, your car, like
Oh, your car.
your car, because in Chinese, because it's like In Chinese, you have to have the tones on the pinyin, right?
Yeah.
But like, this has got like no tones, but if I were just randomly guessing, it looks like ni cha. And then it's like, your car. So I'm looking at it like my brain is ruined.
In the US, we would say niche.
In the UK, we would say niche.
I think we'd say niche too. Yeah.
The next word is mayonnaise. I've heard some different iterations of this, like mayonnaise and stuff
Oh,
like
really?
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Someone said that before?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think it's like a very long word. There's a lot
Yeah.
of vowels and consonants. For someone that's not a native English speaker,
Mayonnaise.
it's a lot.
Yeah.
How do you say it?
Mayonnaise.
I say mayo or mayonnaise.
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 In the US, specifically me, I feel like people would say it a lot of different ways, especially depending on state. But I say mayonnaise.
UK, I'd say mayonnaise.
In Australia, we say mayonnaise.
There's mayo.
Yeah, mayo.
Mayo.
Grab
Oh.
some mayo.
I need some mayo. I don't know if I shorten it at all, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh.
I feel like if someone said, oh, pass me some mayo, but that doesn't really sound right coming out of my mouth. But now that I think about it, I feel like I would say, yeah, mayonnaise.
We always say mayo. I don't think anyone ever says mayonnaise.
I don't think I'd shorten it at all, actually. I love these kinds of things, very interesting.
I think it's really fun.
Yeah.
Hearing all like the different accents. And It's just funny also how some words can be just like so different
Yeah.
from how it's spelled.
Like this makes me have so much more respect for any English as a second language learners.
Seriously, it's
like
so hard.
Yeah, we take for granted like.
No,
just-
genuinely, I say this all the time. If I didn't speak English as first language, I doubt
would-
that I would be speaking it right now.
I always say that too. Same.
Because we have rules, as it were, but we don't have.
Always exceptions. to
Yeah,
rules, yeah.
and it's just like kind of whatever you feel like doing. And if you're a native speaker, you just get away with doing it as long
Exactly.
Yeah.
as. If someone's talking to you and you see
Yeah.
that their sentence is wrong,
Yeah.
then you don't care. I feel like as native speakers, we don't care. If you've learned English, then you feel more hard on yourself about the fact that you've made a mistake.
Yeah.
Whereas we will literally like. We bastardize our own language. We have like all of the slang, like,
Yeah.
I mean, how many years ago, whatever, it's like, what you up to? And it'd be WUU2 and those kinds
yeah,
of things.
yeah.
And it's like, we did that
So
to
much
ourselves, so realistically, we're not that serious, are we?
Yeah.
That's true.
You're doing great, guys.
Yeah.
Keep it up.
So today we compared different pronunciations of words with our accent.
If you like the video, please like and subscribe.
We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.